closed Facebook group for a limited Q&A. So if you're interested in different real estate investing strategies, whether it's wholesaling real estate, if you get a property under contract and you assign that contract to someone else for a fee, your credit or your cash really doesn't come into play with wholesaling. You're just the middleman, passing paper. That's it. We teach that at 100percentfinance.com. That's one real estate investing strategy. Second one is flipping. So you might say, you know what? I want to flip a couple properties so I can get a nice chunk of cash that I can reinvest, keyword reinvest, because you just don't want to live off of that, but reinvest that towards your buy and hold strategy. Meaning you're buying a property, you're holding it for cash flow till the wheels fall off, which is my preferred method of investing, the buy and hold strategy. Why? Like I said earlier, having 30 rental units in my portfolio in which I held, it afforded my lifestyle. So I no longer needed a job. So I no longer had to put up with my supervisor. So I no longer had to clock in, clock out, and sit in a boring, dusty, cramped up cubicle all day long. I couldn't stand going to no cubicle. You know what I'm saying? I felt like a number, like I wasn't a person no more. You know? So that buy and hold strategy affords my lifestyle. And we teach you all that stuff about getting capital, many different ways of getting money for down payments and so forth, so that you can get an income producing asset with little to none of your own money required, hence the term 100% finance. We also teach you about doing the due diligence, contingencies you should have in your contracts. We also talk about raising capital through partners, closing a deal, management, property management, all those things. In our ebooks, okay? And a closed Facebook group with limited Q&A. So that's the lowest cost item. But we also have a little bit higher cost product, which are the events. So we have events in many different cities. So in 2017, we want to see you at our events. Point blank period. Whether that's in Atlanta, Georgia, Miami, Florida, Washington, D.C., New York City, Pittsburgh, PA, where I have all my properties, and we do a day with Juan Pablo. I show you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the numbers. We do a site visit. It's like a tour. I'm your tour guide, showing you all the properties so you can get a hands-on experience with me and the 100% Finance team. We also have Chicago, LA, Dallas, all those cities. Okay? And you might be thinking, well, what's the point of attending the events? I mean, at the end of the day, I can just watch you for free, bro, on social media. That's easy. Or I can listen to you for free through the podcast. That's easy. Well, my friend, do you think I put everything out there on the table on social media? No. That'd be foolish of me to do that, right? So I had to reserve some quality content, how-tos at our events. So you definitely want to make sure you want to come. And that's just not just for the information here. That's just a tip of the iceberg. You come to the events for the exclusive information that's not found on social media. Yes. However, you also come there for what? Networking. You want to be able to network with like-minded individuals. We always have people who are in the industry. They purposely come to our networking events so that they can gain new business, such as a mortgage broker coming to a 100% finance event so they can find people like you who may need mortgages. Or a real estate agent. They come to a 100% finance event not only so that they can buy and hold properties, but so that they can network with other attendees in the event and perhaps represent them towards buying a property, helping them find a deal. So that's the second thing. So you might be thinking, okay, the exclusive content is one. The networking with other people in the event, that's two. But what's the third reason? The third reason, my friend, is this. You want to be able to network with movers and shakers, people who currently own a portfolio in your market, so that you can pick their brain. So if we host an event in Chicago, of course, there'll be other real estate investors in the Chicago area. And then you might be thinking, I understand 100% Finance is giving me the mindset, the philosophy, the way of doing business, but I need to know more information about the best markets to invest in Chicago, where the price point is decent enough for me to embark on, or the neighborhood is safe enough for me to invest. So how can I learn more about the Chicago market? Then you might find a fellow real estate investor who says, yeah, I invest in Chicago in this market. And you take that person out and you pick their brain. That's the main point. It's the people. Right? That's why I always say to people, because I used to think the same way that, oh, that old adage is baloney. You know, your net worth is determined by your net worth. Blah, 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 blah. I can learn all this stuff through my smartphone, through my iPad, through reading a book at home. Well, I have to correct you on that because of this. And I had to find this out as well, the hard way. Not everyone who knows a thing or two about investing in real estate, especially in your market, is a published author or is online. Did you not think about that? Not everyone out there is a Juan Pablo. Not everyone out there is actually who found a system of investing and said, hey, let me publicize this to the masses. Not everyone is like that. But there are a large number of real estate investors who accumulated a wealth of information, who has an abundance of experiences in a particular market that you may want to invest in, but they might not have put this information in a book or started a YouTube channel or a podcast or a Periscope or Instagram or put it on Facebook. They'd rather just keep it to themselves. But they go to these networking events, these 100% finance networking events, just so they can associate with other people and learn a thing or two that this guy, Juan Pablo, might have. Never occurred to you, right? And that's why I say to people, if you think you're going to be a full-time real estate investor, online entrepreneur, whatever the case may be, business person, and you're not associating with those type of people, you're only kidding yourself. If you spend all day long chilling with employees, guess what? All day long, you're going to be a chilling employee yourself. So that's the other goal I want to push to you guys, the events. I want you to attend events, especially our events, so you can kind of be molded by our philosophy, by our culture, by the way that we think and the way we do business. Okay? So let me reverse back to what I was talking about. So I was talking about learning. So you say, okay, Juan Pablo, I got my credit report, got my personal financial statement, I know my numbers, I see I got qualified for a mortgage, but I need the acumen, the business acumen. I need to know the knowledge of how to invest in real estate. And then I said, okay, you can do ebooks. That's lower cost. You can come to our events. A little bit higher cost, but a little bit more information so that we can kind of teach you and do a limited Q&A in person. But then the best program that we have is the coaching program. It's a hybrid coaching program where it involves one-on-one and group calls. And it doesn't just include real estate investing. Because I understand that I'm not at the place where I'm at today simply because of reading material or attending events based upon real estate investing. I realized I had to take a lot of courses and read a lot of books, go to a lot of seminars, a lot of networking events that relate to my personal development and business development. What's the point of knowing a strategy, which I teach in the coaching program, about building your team of real estate agents, but you're scared to cold call people, or you always had a fear of rejection, or you have no business sense when it comes to negotiations, or you don't know, or you don't have any presentation skills, you don't have the ability to use persuasive words, the power of persuasion? Or what if you happen to start real estate investing, but you have no clue, no recollection of what bookkeeping is, or what managing a team is all about, or what about drafting contracts and so forth, right? All these things are important to real estate investing, but they might not be taught at a real estate investing group, like at a RIA, for example, a real estate investing alliance or association, in other words. But on 100% Finance, we group all these things together. Because you guys might follow me a lot, whether it's on podcasts, 100% Finance, Instagram at 100% Finance, Facebook at 100% Finance or Juan Pablo, or YouTube at 100% Finance. You guys may follow me a lot. You guys may realize, wow, this dude doesn't just talk about real estate. He talks about financing. That's important too. Oh, he also talks about your personal finances. Oh, that's important too. Oh, this dude also talks about being motivated. That's important too. Oh, this guy also talks about building a team. He also talks about having the right mindset, recommended reading. So we all need multiple facets of business as well as personal in order to be a successful person. That's what prosperity is. It's having success in every single arena of life. And that's what we bring to the table. As you guys are listening to the words that I'm speaking, you can tell I'm just not you just can't pigeon me into a box or categorize me in a box of just a real estate investor. It's more than that. So that's what we teach as a coaching program. We have the teaching, real estate specific, the skill set, in other words. And we also have teaching in regard to motivation and the mindset. So we like to couple the mindset with the skill set in our coaching program. And also have Q&A. Because oftentimes I realize that when I provide instruction to a student or give them a directive, and then they come back and they don't do it, or they have questions, and then I realize, oh, okay, what I need to incorporate now is just a Q&A session. So if anyone has any Q&A, unlimited, shoot me. And that's just the group calls. But we also have one-on-one, which is, okay, I'm looking at your personal financial statement, I'm looking at your credit report, you're having these eyes review your situation. And then I can say, hey, Tommy, hey, Jane, you know what? Or hey, Lakeisha, hey, Tyrone, whatever your name is, hey, Miguel, hey, Jose, this is what we need to do. We need to look at your starting point, also calculate your ending point, where you want to be financially speaking, and then we can create a route for you to get there if you want my guidance. So that's what the one-on-one's for me to help look over your total financial situation and outline a process for you to get there. Do you follow? Okay? So that's the other goal I want you to obtain. It's the education and the networking aspect. Okay? So if it's not just through an ebook, you can do it through our events as well as through the coaching. But I want you guys to learn this business acumen, because how in the world are you going to get a rental property and you don't have that business acumen? I coached many people, many students. Over 30 students this year. That's a lot, right? Over 30 coaching students. And some of them, not to put their business out there, they bought properties before, but they end up selling them or getting rid of them or even foreclosing on them. Why? Because they bought them wrong. They think about, oh, I'm buying a house for $70,000, it's worth $100. Ching ching, I got some built-in equity. And then when I say, yo, what's up with the cash flow analysis? What you mean by that? Oh, what's your reserves that you have for this property? Reserves? For what? And I'm looking like, bruh. No wonder your deal went bad. No wonder the deal wasn't cash flow. No wonder the house got foreclosed on. I mean, it's a learning experience, don't get me wrong. I have many bumps and bruises myself because I had to learn things the hard way. So I do appreciate the process, the school of hard knocks. We've all became a student of that university, right? However, a mentor is your cheat code to success, your short code to success. A mentor or a coach will help minimize the bumps and bruises you'll make along the way. So that way you have guidance, because we want to be your GPS to financial freedom. Okay, so that's another goal I want you guys to have. Education as well as networking with like-minded individuals. Okay? Alright, so the last thing is, okay, Juan Pablo, let's say I got qualified for a mortgage and I know what to do with it. I know how to invest in real estate because I either bought your ebook, went to a networking event of 100% finance, and or I signed up for your coaching program. So what's next? And the coaching program, by the way, it can be divided into one-on-one and group calls or just group calls. But just go to our coaching webpage to learn more. So you might say, okay, I got the mortgage, but what about the down payment money? Well, of course, we give many different ways through our coaching. Again, it's social media. I can't give you everything, you know what I'm saying? So, however, I can give you one piece, business credit. Business credit is a great tool that you can use if you want to get into the real estate investing game, especially where multifamily investing is concerned. So you can apply for business credit and get funded. No upfront fees. I've explained a lot of services to you guys so far in this recording. I went over credit repair. I went over income removal. I went over low doc mortgages. I also went over the real estate coaching, and I went over business credit. Out of all those services, guess how many of those have an upfront fee? None of them. Not one single one. Why? Because we want to consult you. We want to be your preferred consultants in every arena of life. Okay? So the only thing you have to do is to apply. And if you're wondering, well, which one should I apply for first? Apply for the coaching first. If your ultimate goal is to be financially free and independent through your real estate portfolio, through your holdings. Also, then apply for business credit, apply for coaching, business credit, credit repair, income removal, all that stuff, and we'll be able to assist you. Okay? Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. But I'll recap it. Okay, because I know it's a ton of information. but this is a lot of homework you got to do for 2017 because I want you guys to be blessed. I want you guys to look strong financially speaking in 2017. So I want you guys to have a FICO score of 720, debt to credit ratio of 30% or lower, inquiries 5 or less. I want you to know your month-to-month living expenses. I also want you to have 6 months of savings. I also want you to order a credit report and download your personal financial statement. Look it over, fill those things out, and if you need credit repair and income removal, then holler at 100percentfinance.com. Apply so we can call you for your free consultation. Then I want you to get one rental property in your portfolio, cash flow, and $100 a month. And if you need a mortgage, a low-down mortgage, or a refinance, if you already have existing properties,